Aloha everyone. I wanted to talk about why today is a special day. It is February 2nd and it is known as several different days on our liturgical calendar. The purification of the Blessed Mother, where she went through the ritual purification in the temple 40 days after Christmas. Also known as the Feast of the Presentation of the Child Jesus. And then also, from antiquity, it was known as Candlemas. And Candlemas, to kind of explain it a little bit, if you think about Christmas, Christ's Mass, right? And it's the Mass where we celebrate the birth of Christ. Or in September, we have Michaelmas, where we celebrate the Mass of Saint Michael. Today is Candlemas, or the Mass of Candles. And it all ties in together with this feast day wherein we hear about the prophecy that Saint Simeon gave the Blessed Mother that prophesied the eventual crucifixion of Jesus, but also talked about how he would be a light unto the nations, a light unto the Gentiles. And that's where we receive this great tradition that stems back all the way to the 7th century of Candlemas. And it would be on this day after Mass that the congregations, the parishes, the priests would bless candles. And these candles would be stored for the following winter for them to use. And so it's a great feast that was celebrated for many centuries, many generations. There would be processions with the candles, and even in some churches, my parish is one of them, we still have the blessing of candles, maybe not on February 2nd, depending on what day it lands on, but sometime within that week. We do our best to continue that tradition. And so Candlemas is a very special day, and it even has its tie, by the way, I was researching, to what the Western world refers to as today in some areas as Groundhog Day. The idea that the groundhog would come up, and if it saw its own shadow due to bad weather, it would burrow itself back into the ground and there'd be 6 more weeks of winter. Well, some of the research I show is that actually stems from Candlemas. There was a custom that if Candlemas ended up on a day that was good weather, then that indicated the end of winter or the close of winter. Whereas if it was rainy and cold and stormy, that would indicate that winter had 6 more weeks. Now, I only found that in a few sources, but finding that connection between this great feast and Groundhog Day, I think is pretty awesome. So Candlemas is a tradition, like many other traditions, that has kind of fallen out, has fallen out of use. People have forgotten what it's all about. You know, I like to talk about this on my YouTube, different traditions that might have been forgotten, but are a beautiful part of our Catholic culture. And I think are an important part of our culture, our Catholic culture, that needs to be revitalized. I'm going to end here by taking a look at what a priest from the 1800s, Dom Prosper, says about this particular day. And I want you to think about the significance of Candlemas, and then I'll end with a suggestion of how you might be able to acknowledge Candlemas today. The mystery of today's ceremony has frequently been explained by liturgists dating from the 7th century. According to Ivo of Chartres, the wax, which is formed from the juice of the flowers by the bee, always considered as the emblem of virginity, signifies the virginal flesh of the divine infant, who diminished not, either by his conception or his birth, the spotless purity of his Blessed Mother. The same holy bishop would have us see in the flame of the candle a symbol of Jesus who came to enlighten our darkness. Saint Anselm, Archbishop of Canterbury, speaking on the same mystery, bids us consider 3 things in the blessed candle: the wax, the wick, and the flame. The wax, he says, which is the production of the virginal bee, is the flesh of our Lord. The wick, which is within, is his soul. The flame, which burns on top, is his divinity. What a beautiful reflection on that. The wax, the wick, and the flame of our Lord Jesus Christ. And so on this day, normally we would have beeswax candles blessed. That would be the tradition. If you don't have access to a blessing today, and you don't have a way to directly use the old blessings of candles, perhaps maybe this day you can light a candle during dinner or light a candle, at the family altar tonight. Even maybe one of your older Advent candles that you might still have around, just as a simple acknowledgement of the generations of Catholics before us who saw this day as a blessed day, who saw this day as a special day for blessing their candles. It is a great feast one way or the other, so happy Feast of the Purification, and hopefully you learned a little bit more about Candlemas today.